There you go. Recording.
Awesome. And I'll get the episode number right because I fucked that up last
You
episode.
know what? I picked up on it, but I wasn't going to correct you.
Oh, dude, anytime you want to, you can. Just be like, hey, Chris, you're drunk. Even though I wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you, you're drunk. You're 10 episodes off.
Yeah. Oh, did you get any comments about the haircut this time, like last time?
On Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd the hair go, brother? Like, I got DMs. It's like, but I got some good compliments. I'm happy. But I did lose followers again. Swear to Christ.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
I love it. I love it. People are wild. And who knows, maybe it's just my content, but it as soon as that post happened, a drop off started. I was like, fuck you.
Dude, being a modern looking metalhead, man, gets you.
Yeah, I know. Fucking brutal.
Oh,
okay.
dude.
All right, ready?
All right, let's do it, motherfucker.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Episode 49 of Nice Shirt, Name 3 Songs, is brought to you by us. We wanted to give you all a very special thank you as we wrap up 2024 with our last episode. I didn't get to highlight this on the last episode, but we found out that after only 9 video episodes, we cracked the top 20% of watched podcasts on Spotify. So
Let's fucking go, people. Thank you.
Incredible. And, you know, it started with us getting in trouble for sampling songs because we got too big, but we got rewarded by cracking the top 20. So you guys got us in trouble, but then ultimately you guys have taken the podcast, and gals have taken the podcast to the next level. So we wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, people. You rock.
Fucking right. Russ, how are you?
Oh, dude, I'm great, man. It's December. We're winding down work for the year. We're listening to tons of tunes, having tons of parties, drinking, eating. Life is good, man. What about you?
I love that. Life is good here, man. It's busy. I got over the vid. Then my wife got sick, but not with the vid. So we did a good job of distancing. I basically just stayed in the room that you see, and I clearly wasn't that miserable. I had my record player, my PlayStation. The only thing that was funny was these go up back here, and it's glass. So I was talking to my daughter like through glass. I kind of felt like I was in a prison cell, but we powered through. And
the COVID Creed show, the least highlighted concert of 2024 for you.
that is right. But yeah, plenty of tunes around this time, especially because it's getting darker, and I find we're listening to more stuff, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to mention from last episode an album you listened to that you actually liked. And this isn't me gloating, but I'm very, very happy that there's a certain album you listened to and you liked it based off of our top albums of the year episode.
I actually loved it, Chris. I missed this one. I missed it. 7 hours after Violet. I really don't like the name. The Violet thing is weird. I don't get it. I don't know why.
Well, I don't know. It's just it's Shav's name. It's that acronym.
Is it really?
Yeah, SHAV.
Man, I'm just learning things every episode from you. It's amazing.
I've got to make it. You schooled me with Sick New World, so I got to.
Yeah, me on one too. How about that? I heard that he released an album, but I didn't give it a shot. I don't know. Like maybe it was like bitterness of System not releasing new music, where it's like I don't know. I don't want anything to do with it because I've done Scars on Broadway. I've done Surge's solo. I've seen them both live. I'm like, another System member with another solo project. It'll be good, but not great. Bro, I listened to it the next morning after our episode at the gym. Straight up, man, just on repeat. I probably got like 10 listens in on that day. It hits. There's some songs on there that remind me of Gojira, actually. I don't think we talk about Gojira enough because they are so good. And we got to talk about Gojira a little bit more next year. But there were like 2-3 songs where I'm just like, is that Gojira? Like, it's good, man. So you got me, Chris. I love your top 10 album list. Mine came up lame and weak. But, dude, thank you for 7 hours after Violet, sir.
My pleasure. I hope people got to listen to it. But you know what? You did give me a band too, based off of last episode. So I listened to Flat Black. That is Jason Hook, ex rhythm guitarist of the FFDP.
He was lead. Well, kind of both, but yeah, he's the lead shredder. Oh yeah,
lead shredder. You were very right about your analysis, right? It's very similar, like it's his brand, but dude, I enjoyed the songs. Nothing to Some with Corey Taylor, which you just love hearing Corey Taylor get into beast mode, right?
You might hear that song on a list today, actually, for me.
Oh, I like it. I like it. So yeah, Flat Black. I think that release really, really fell under the radar for a lot of people.
Yeah, it really did. And if you follow Jason Hook, he kind of got kicked out of Five Finger Death Punch or kind of left. It was kind of shady, kind of weird. And I love Five Finger. When they came out, it was great. Like, War is the Answer. It's like, who is this band? And then they kept getting more commercial, and their songs kept getting shorter and shorter and more cookie cutter, and like the same song over and over and over again. But if you like are just kind of chilling, set party vibe, you throw on Five Finger on shuffle.
Oh,
that's great background music, like so good. And then when Hook left, I'm like, man, bummer. But then Andy James, who is another favorite of mine, is now their guitar player, an absolute unreal soloist, shredist artist. So great replacement. But then Hook comes out with this band Flat Black. They release one song, and then they're opening for Godsmack, like on their tour.
No way.
Yeah, they were the openers for Godsmack all year. So yeah, they flew under the radar, but they opened for Godsmack. They didn't get much playing time, but I like the album. I think it's solid.
I think it is too. It's fun. I don't think it reinvents the wheel.
No, definitely not.
You don't always need that. I like it that, I wish I had a more PC way of saying it, but fuck it. It's ballsy. It's like ballsy hard rock metal, right? So I like, with some attitude, a little bit of edge, and not like the over electronic hard rock that we heard most of 2024. So I don't get why they weren't on Octane or Liquid Metal, but I know I always trash them's choices, but I don't know. I think these songs would have been perfect. And if you didn't mention it, that's a full album of solid music that would have just
another album that might have some top 10 tracks for me.
I like it
today. So another little teaser for later in the episode. But yeah, man, it's just like that to me sounded more like hard rock / metal, less produced, less synth, less weird background filler. Like, again, you and I like Spirit Box a lot, but like it's great to not hear that in some songs too, So it's refreshing. And hate on me or not, I only had 3 albums on my top 10 list for last year or for this year, mainly because of that.
I actually got a few DMs about your list, and specifically when I put down the count, I posted a countdown for this episode, and someone DM'd me and they said, I'm really curious to see Russ's list. Is he going to have 10 songs this time? And I was like, I have a feeling he will. So, or maybe he won't. I don't know, but I appreciated the integrity move. But I wanted to ask you about a quick side note with Five Finger Death Punch, because I think people would be curious, because I feel like most people have not been fans of them since 2007, since the beginning. I feel like they become more popular now. When do you think, I'm looking at their discography, when do you think they started getting a bit repetitive, like on which album? Because I'm looking, they had The Way of the Fist in 2007, then War is the Answer, awesome album. American Capitalist, which I am not crazy about, but then they did The Wrong Side of Heaven, Righteous Side of Hell, Part 1 and 2, which I really liked, but the cookie cutter stuff happened. So I'm just curious for you, when did you start going, oh man, like,
man, it's tough with Five Finger, so many albums. It's like insane how many they have. But I almost think I love in 2013, The Wrong Side of Heaven, The Righteous Side of Hell, like the double album. There's some good stuff on there, but if you listen to both of those albums back to back, I almost think that's when it started, like officially. Like, I like the concept of it, But what, like, System did it so well in Mesmerize and Hypnotize, but they released them 6 months apart. I can't remember if these were released 6 months apart or like a year apart or what it truly was.
I'll tell you right now, they were in the same calendar year.
Yeah, same calendar year of 2013.
Yep.
I just don't know like how they released it, but I'll tell you, man, that's when I feel like it hit me. And that's what 11 years ago at this point, where it's like I think we're selling out. Like Got Your Six was 2015, which has some good songs on it, but then like it's just stamped stuff. 14 songs is only 49 minutes. Like that's a joke.
Every song is about 3.5. Like,
yeah,
I feel like with the Five Finger song, that's the structure. And I mean, most people know I'm all about releasing as much music as possible, even if that means bands not editing themselves. Now, this is different from a Metallica, where I believe they need to edit within their songs.
Yes.
But if you have like Metallica brags, they're like 70 something minutes of music, but it's only 12 fucking songs. I like that Five Finger did the double album thing, but I do think from that point on, it's the same recycled. So I was thinking the same thing when I asked you that question. So I was just curious. And again, that album, both of those albums have songs that I love. Like
same, man.
Timeless songs.
These albums have so many good songs. And I saw Metallica 3 times in the last like year. And Five Fingers opened for them on that M72 tour. So I enjoyed Five Finger a ton live at all 3 of those shows.
Yeah, they did. They sounded good when we saw them. Because I remember telling my sister, I was like, we saw him in Rockville and a laser went in Ivan's eye and he started performing. And he's like, I can't see. And they stopped. So I was like, here we fucking go. But for our show, I thought he sounded good.
I've seen Five Finger headline a couple times back in the day, and they were great. Then they started to sell out, I would say. And then I love, especially being a dad now, how Ivan would bring kids up and give them like a once in a lifetime experience. But that would literally take like 30 minutes of
too much
the freaking set, and he'd do it every time. And like, dude, you wait so long to see these bands and artists at these shows. And it's awesome. And I would have loved and died to have a moment like that, or even one of my sons to go up on stage like that. But man, it's like 30 minutes, like to go through this whole bring them up, have them sing, take them back down. Like it's too long, man.
You can literally go take a piss, get a drink, come back, finish that drink, go in line again, get another drink, come back, and they're still doing it. Oh my gosh, Breaking Benjamin does that too now. Volbeat does that now. And I'm like, but anyway, all right, let's get off of this. I mean, I'm happy that we talked about Five Finger because I feel like that's a band we haven't really like given a lot of love, but I think we need to get into some rapid fire news before we talk about our lists of the top 10 rock songs of the year, the top 10 metal songs of the year, which I'm very glad we separated because it would have just been metal lists.
I'm sure we'll debate back on what's metal, what's rock. Is it metalcore? Is it hard rock? I had a little trouble with some of those. Like, how am I splitting it? I'm not going to lie.
I did too. And but it will be interesting. We'll see if we can come up with a consensus together on some, because some I was like, I don't know what list this belongs on, which, how they, so many bands blur those lines. But here we go. Rapid fire news. Are we ready?
Bro, I'm cutting you off right now. Since we talked last, fucking the biggest news story that I have seen that I felt vindicated was Clown from Slipknot saying almost all the new bands today fucking suck and are going to be headliners for the next generation. I feel vindicated. Dude.
I thought of you when that came out. I was laughing. And at first, I am not a fan of Clown. His takes are almost always wrong to me.
Yeah.
He seems like one of the original gatekeepers. But in this scenario, I agree with him. I don't like that it's not constructive though. He didn't give like here's what kind of bands we need. Instead, he does come off as the old grumpy man, but
I agree.
Dude, this is why these bands are in their 50s and 60s and still headlining, because they can't pass it down, because some of these bands, like, I'm sorry, but who are you going to have? I don't know who he was talking about in the article, but like, what is it? Sleep Token and Bad Omens. Those are going to be your headlines for the next 15 years. Fuck that. They're fine bands, but they don't measure up.
No, man. And again, call me old and grumpy. I'm not that. I like what we have going on in this world musically enough, but it's just tough. Like metalcore, synth metal, fucking what is true metal. And you're going to see that in my list with a lot of bands you didn't hear on my album because they didn't necessarily all release full albums. It was like the singles for albums coming, but that's music released in 24. So like, you're going to see that on my metal list. Because to me, what is fucking metal? You're going to see a big like line drawn for me with what is rock or hard rock, or there might be a metal core-ish song on there. But to me, that's not metal. Metal is what you're going to hear on my list today. And yeah, man, like you don't want to bring down the industry. We want to bring everyone together. But it's a little, you know, who's big and meaty as a band and intricate, but then gets the fans. It's hard. And what connects with the fans is a lot of the Sleep Token and Architects and Spirit Box and Parkway Drive, who I like and I think are underrated in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like they feel a little bigger, right? Like
meat. Parkway is a little older. Yeah, they're a little older too.
Yeah, a little older, a little more meat on the bone.
Yep.
You know, intricate songs, solos, like that kind of thing. But dude, I just had to interrupt you there, man. I saw that and I'm just like, fucking clown. You are a clown a lot of times, but I feel you on this one, brother.
Yeah, that was a good take from him. So and we'll see. When I saw Slipknot last, I was not impressed. I did not enjoy, because their set list was fucking ass. Like Yen and the Chapeltown Rag are
hate those.
And I fight people online about those often.
Horrible.
But horrible. Yen, and I'm like, no, Yen is garbage.
It's so bad. I haven't seen them the last 2 times they've cycled through tour wise, because I'm just like, I'm not as into them based on the last trash that has come out. Yeah.
Well, anyway, moving it on, because I could talk about them all day, because they are on Slipknot's been on my shit list for over a year and I was a pretty big defender, advocate. I was always okay with knowing what Corey Taylor thought. And when I saw them live last, I just got so over them.
Welcome, Chris. Welcome.
Yeah. It's the grumpiness. However, I will say, and I also fight people about this, my favorite album of theirs is We Are Not Your Kind. That album, I just fucking love it. And I know it's not their best. Iowa's their best, or they're self-titled, but We Are Not Your Kind just does it for me. So, you know, I still defend the later day Slipknot, but that last album is the biggest piece of shit ever.
It is. One of my favorites is All Hope Is Gone, dude. And not many people like it. Oh, dude, it's so good. It is so good.
First metal album I bought on iTunes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was so afraid my parents are gonna say something because the cover, looks pretty satanic, and I made the leap. That was the first one. Like, I was listening to Metallica, but thrash, not like heavy metal, and that was my first. Oh my gosh, that album has aged incredibly well. So many people shit on it too.
I love it. I don't get why, man. It's so good.
Because people are stupid.
They are.
I saw a funny quote from Noel Gallagher of Oasis, and he said that the consumer 95% of the time is wrong. And the reason why music transcends like its current like nobody wanted Jimi Hendrix back when he was around, yet that music is revolutionary. He's like, because the consumer does not know what they want. And the guys in Oasis are usually douchebags, but it's like, that's actually pretty profound.
Yeah. I kind of like it. I love how Oasis keeps coming up now too every episode. So
I almost wore an Oasis shirt for the last one of 2024, but I spared everyone. I'm wearing a New Jersey radio show from Seton Hall They sent me
look at that.
WSOU. Yes.
Great shout out. Well, I'll show you my shirt too here, people.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, look at that. Wait, put that sticker back up. Is that say I love heavy metal?
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Let's do it, Seton Hall. Come on. We'll come in studio. We'll do an interview. Get us on the show.
I would love that.
Well, dude, check out my shirt. I didn't know I owned this one. My wife was pulling out Christmas gear, and this was in it. So check it out.
Oh, that's incredible. You can't beat that.
It's a Metallica Christmas shirt. Didn't even know they made it. This is probably some bootleg shit from God knows where. It's badly animated Metallica around a Christmas tree.
I love badly animated Metallica. It's so great. Okay. Moving on in our rapid fire news. We didn't start fast, but we're gonna pick up some momentum here. All right. On Hulu in 2025, a metal docuseries is coming out. Apparently it's called Into the Void. I'm cringing because I feel like most docuseries or anything about metal, it like gets like cringy and it just goes into those stereotypes. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope it brings more people into our genre of heavy music.
Anything to talk about our genre, our music, I think is a good thing. It's kind of giving me, I would hope it to be on MTV, or no, it was a VH1, Behind the Music. Do you remember that?
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
Amazing. Yeah. I loved Behind the Music. It was a real tight, like 45 minutes probably of content because of 15 minutes of commercials.
Yes, sir.
And it would just document a band's life so well throughout it, the like music, all that stuff. So I'm very curious to know what this is like, but I love it, man. Why not? Let's give it a go, check it out, and let's see.
Yeah, it'll be an 8-part series, and it'll be overseen by executive producers of Dark Side and the co-creators of the Ring movies. So I don't know what that means, but
yeah, no clue what that means, but sure, good for you guys. Don't fuck it up.
Brand New has reunited after 7 years apart. They performed a secret performance and debuted new music. I'll be honest with you, I've never listened to Brand New, but people were freaking out about this today.
Yeah, who cares? Brand New, my sister might have listened to them like when she was figuring herself out in like 8th grade. So yeah, who cares? See you later, Brand New. I hope I don't ever see you on tour.
I found a pretty interesting one here. M Shadows made a surprise appearance during Bleeding Through set over the weekend. I thought this was pretty cool because Bleeding Through is traditional metalcore, like true metalcore, heavy as fuck, awesome band. And M Shadows, you know, Avenged Sevenfold has become a hard rock band. So to see him performing with them was pretty wild. Bleeding Through may or may not be on my list later for one of the songs of the year. So
not bad. I like it. Yeah, cool, man. I like it when other artists join others. I think it's fun.
I like that so much better than features on songs. Yeah. Yet 3 of my 10 top songs have a feature on it.
Oh,
so I'm a fucking hypocrite, basically.
How about that?
I know. Well,
you definitely are, but why not? Why the fuck not? You can have whatever opinion you want, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I could contradict myself whenever.
You sure fucking can.
Because we're pressing the record button.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so this one was for you. As of today, of this, we recorded on 12/17. Everyone's listening on 12/18. Deftones released the single 7 Words on this day in 1995.
Oh my gosh, dude, 7 Words.
29 years ago, right? I have that math right? Holy shit.
That's insane, man. That's so old. It's so basic, but so heavy and so fucking vibey. Get in the pit and go fuck up somebody in the face.
That's Carpenter with no Chino in his way. It's like Carpenter just run with the riff. The whole fucking song. Dude. Just go through it, you know.
Dude, that's me learning to play guitar a couple years later, but hearing that where it's like easy power chord but heavy, and then it's like learning Metallica too. So it's like I put some like intricate skill metal in with strategic, like basic power chord, but heavy. And dude, I can just, oh man, when that kicks in at the show, they close with 7 words a ton. To the last like couple tours. Dude, I love it. That's cool.
Are you doing Deftones on this tour coming up? I mean, of course you have to be, right?
Yeah, I have not bought tickets yet because I shied away from it initially because of your ticket buying experience, even though I should have bought them like when they came out. But I've never seen them in a bigger venue than like an amphitheater. So like this is their first shot headlining like a true arena.
They are going to fucking destroy it. It's going to be awesome. I just got a ticket from my very good buddy who just turned 40 over the weekend.
Nice.
My buddy Jordan, who I've mentioned that you haven't met, but I bought him this for his birthday for Christmas. I got him a GA ticket because this is a makeup show because I brought him to see Crosses, Chino's band, and he fucking hated it. So I said, brother, I'm hooking you up. We're going to see Deftones. You're going to see Chino in the light that you're used to seeing him, and you're going to have a fucking blast at MSG. So I've got a group of 3, including myself there. I'm hoping if you don't do the Philly show, maybe you come out to New York, man.
Oh, man, I think that's a possibility. I can't pass up Deftones again.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I did on the last run. Well, mainly what the hell was it? I'm blanking on it. Ohms. Yeah, mildly disappointing. But Gore and Ohms, man, just didn't hit with me.
The riff of Ohms is one of my favorite riffs of my life, believe it or not.
Yeah, dude, there's some good riffage. But everything
just in that song, just the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole album is like, what's that one about mathematics? Oh my god!
Oh, dude, you're getting in your own way. What are we doing here?
Absolutely. All right. How about this for Nirvana? Nevermind has now spent 700 total weeks on the Billboard 200. It is the 9th album in history to reach that milestone. I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
It's crazy, man. Like, it's obviously an iconic album. I loved it growing up. Then I hated it because I'm like, fuck grunge. I'm metal, and then it's just like, it's just sloppy trash. Like, everything's not tight. Like,
The only thing that isn't sloppy is the vocals and the way they recorded them. They layered them like the Beatles. But yeah, I agree. I mean, Nirvana was a super sloppy band, but pop. All those songs are pop song structure too.
Oh, right? Dude, I know. And dude, I loved it, and then I didn't, and then I feel like I have revisited it again a few years ago, and it is great. I mean, Smells Like Teen Spirit's fucking awesome, right? Like it hits, it's awesome. But I tell you, man, it's crazy to say, and it sucks, but when these lead singers commit suicide, die accidentally, whatever happens, Courtney Love kills them, whatever you believe.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
It just has this nostalgia factor that just rolls on,
Yeah.
And that's why, because does Nirvana deserve to be on a list for 700 weeks still right now? Like that. I mean, I don't know.
What I would love to see, as someone who likes data, is how much of this is new people versus returning, because I see Nevermind at the record store all the time and I don't touch it. I respect it and I've listened to it, but like if I hear In Bloom again, I'm gonna bash my head in. That riff is so repetitive, and I've heard it 1,000 million times. So I think what makes it incredible is that I think it's reaching new people still, and I think that's how it stayed on. And that I tip my hat to it. Because
dude, and that's what's great about music, like I have like Kurt Cobain's, like, I mean, there's so many books and like memoirs. I don't even know, right? Like, is it authentic? Who the fuck knows? There's so many Kurt Cobain books. I had one in high school because I wanted to know what it was all about, right? Like,
absolutely.
What is this? You're trying to discover music. So
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like when I've read stuff or like watched documentaries, he was kind of a douche. And I mean that respectfully. Like, I obviously wish he was still around, but he really didn't seem like a nice guy to me. That's just my vibe. He just like was very sarcastic, but I don't know. I didn't like him more after seeing the documentaries. I'm like, this guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's call up Dave Grohl and ask him.
Yeah, we'll ask Dave. We'll just ask him. Well, you mentioned Mesmerize and Hypnotize before. System of a Down teased an announcement. So many people thought it'd be a new album, and I said that's not going to happen. That's why I posted the Michael Scott meme of no doubt about it, I'm ready to get hurt again. And they have announced a spring 2025 South American stadium tour. I mean, I obviously don't care, but hey, I'm very happy for the people in South America. That's great. That really is great.
That's awesome. Fucking release an album, System.
They're never going to. It's never fucking happening.
This is like the Guns N' Roses thing, like Chinese democracy at this point.
Well,
and it wasn't good when it came out. So this is, even if they do release something, it's gonna fucking suck.
It's gonna blow. Yeah, like those 2 songs they released. I forgot what they were called. The 2 System songs like 4 years ago.
It suck. Or it's the same with like Tool and 10,000 Days. When that came out, I'm like, really? We just waited like 15 years for this? Like, and then
do you mean ladder? Do you mean Fear Inoculum? Or
sorry. Yeah. Fuck.
I wanted to clarify because I was gonna say 10,000 Days was a hanger.
Dude, it's good. Fucking amazing. Yeah. Fear Inoculum. I've seen, again, once we rank singers, you're gonna hear someone up at the top next year. So I insulted myself by misspeaking there with Fear Inoculum. But I will never forget it. I was traveling for work and I was in a rent-a-car and I had a 2-hour drive and I got to listen to Fear Inoculum straight through in the car in the element I wanted to. And there was so much filler. Wow. I'm like,
how'd you not fall asleep?
Like, but then it's like, all right, now I know what I'm listening to. Pneuma, Invincible. Like once you start figuring out like what the songs are and all of it, and they're great, but like there needed to be more heavy on Fear Inoculum, man. Like, it's so good, but it's also like the majority of the same pace. Like, without like the transitions that are so iconic in Tool.
And so Maynard's vocals are so low in the mix.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Like the production quality of that album really fucking annoys me. 10,000 Days production is so good. It's vibrant.
Yeah.
Fear Inoculum production puts me the fuck to sleep.
Well, yeah, that's the theme of the album, basically.
No
like
just guitars.
It's like you got to be on some serious drugs, like most all Tool. But
fair.
But yeah, man, like that's what this would like. I'm like, if System ever comes out, it's gonna be like Fear Inoculum. It's gonna be like Chinese Democracy from Guns N' Roses. These bands just drag shit on for no fucking reason. Like, all right, sure, do whatever you want to do. You're entitled to it. Don't fucking, we're almost close. A year later. No, you're not. Fuck you,
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, a lot of people are really bummed out about Bring Me the Horizon basically going on a hiatus because they overthought their album so much. And in that situation, it works. But moving on, for people in the tri-state area in North America, the way Russ and I are, MMRBQ is back. 93.3 MMR presents a very interesting lineup, people. I'm not judging it, but you've got Alice in Chains headlining with 3 Days Grace, Mammoth, Dorothy, Dead Poet Society, Octane, Return to Dust, and that's basically it. Saturday, May 10th, Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. Look, if you all like that show, that's awesome. That is going to be a pass for me next year.
Yeah, I love MMR. Growing up a Philly guy, it's the rock station that has lasted through so many rock stations being closed and canceled and just all of that shit. I love it. Oh yeah, man. I've been to their studio. I've met I've met the whole crew. I met Steel Panther in their studio and watched Steel Panther play a set on the radio at MMR Studios.
How did you get that access?
Crazy, man. I've got so many fucking stories. It's
dude. Awesome. I always learn something new, man.
But yeah, man, their studio is fucking great. I love MMR. Love this whole MMRBQ and what they do, but I've passed on it for probably like 7-8 years now.
Same.
It's like it's this like alternative, like kind of rock show, and they do get some. I mean, to get these names is great, and it's a one-off show. It's for Philly only. It's a rock station only. Like, it's not a big festival or like backed by anything crazy. So it's awesome they can get this. But yeah, man, like, and they do tons of other cool stuff. Like, they do local shots, they do local bands on a side stage. It's so epic. Go support it. But yeah, man, I don't think I need to go.
Any show that has Alice in Chains as the last band is a no for me. I've done it at a festival and it takes the life out of you. I swear, man. Like you're seeing like, especially at a festival, you're drinking all day, right? You're exhausted. And when I saw them, they were after Korn. So Korn, you're at a 10 out of 10. You're happy. You've screamed, like clown, you ain't shit. You're going fucking nuts. And then you fucking see Rooster live. You see Down in a Hole live. You see Nutshell live. And you are just depressed. And then they're like, good night. Well,
see ya.
Yeah. And they're like, see ya. And you're like, well, what do you want to do? Well,
go kill yourself.
Yeah, I want to sleep and not wake up now instead of like continue partying. Like, after shows, you're amped up, you're excited, you're talking about it. I swear, Alice in Chains, people are just walking afterwards like this with their head down.
Yeah, I mean, I did see Alice in Chains headline at MSG the first time they were back with the new singer who I'm forgetting his name.
William Duvall.
Yes, it was amazing. Nostalgia.
He's the man. He's an awesome frontman.
But yeah, man, it's great. It's cool. If I was drunk and stumbled over the bridge to Jersey looking at Philly and I go and enjoy it. But yeah, it's cool. All love to MMR. Fucking bow down to a rock station that can last this long in this country. Amazing. It's just that lineup's not for me. Hailstorm's been there a ton.
Oh yeah.
I used to love Hailstorm and then I stopped because they became like weird alt rock, country pop. Like I don't even know what they are.
That country album they did was trash. I boycotted them for like 10 years for no fucking reason.
Same.
I've started being okay with them. But hey, if the guys at MMR invite us, we'll go. How about that?
I like it. Let's do it.
So a lot of speculation about the Oasis tour next year, which I'm definitely going to try to go to one of those shows. If I'm not in Greece, we'll see what the hell I'm doing in next summer. But there's been speculation on what lineup there will be. They've had a big revolving lineup. So aside from the Gallagher brothers, it looks like their original rhythm guitarist Bonehead will be there, who's awesome. They're also going to have Jem Archer, Andy Bell on guitar and bass, who were in the later days lineup. They were great. And then Zach Starkey on drums. So I know you don't give a fuck, but
sure don't. I don't know who any of those people are.
If you're an Oasis fan, it's good news. And that's all you need to know. More Slipknot stuff. Jim Root threatens to post Slipknot's Look Outside Your Window on YouTube. He's fed up. It's been 10 years since he's listened to it. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to say, let's listen to it and release it on YouTube. Can I just say, we talked about overhyping albums. This album is going to fucking blow when it comes out.
This was the unreleased album from when the bass player died, right?
Yes, during the All Hope Is Gone sessions. Mm-hmm. I believe it was Jim Root, Clown, and Corey Taylor. I'm not sure if Paul Gray was recorded, but it's basically like a mini band within Slipknot wrote some weird ass songs.
It's gonna fucking suck.
It's gonna suck for sure. Yep. But yeah, so apparently it is in the hands of their management. So it's going to come out soon. And yeah, I would love to be proven wrong, but I said it on December 17th, 2024. This is going to be a massive disappointment, people. Don't get your hopes up. Listen to their old albums.
Well, dude, Deftones have a secret album too from
they do
when she passed away, and like then
What's
they
the name of
scrapped
it. Remember there's a name already.
I do not remember it. But yeah,
man, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm looking it up.
Slipknot's got one. Tones have one. I mean, like it's really cool if you think about it. Like
Eras,
Eras, yes.
Yep.
So, but like that's the thing, man. The hype happens, and then you listen and you're just disappointed. It's like when the Tool, I'll reference Tool again. How long was it in between those albums? Was it 10 years, 12 years? What the fuck was it?
2006 was 10,000 Days, right? Let's see.
I think so.
Butcher that because
I think it was double digits in years.
2006 was 10,000 Days, and Fear Inoculum was 2019. So you're looking at a 13-year gap.
Oh my gosh. Like
it's disgusting. Like and I understand that they have a creative process, but to me, it's disgusting as in a waste of time.
Yes.
And when people get mad at Maynard for making other bands, thank God he did.
Yeah. I mean, minus
guy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Leave Pussifer out of this.
Yeah, you knew where I was going.
Did you hear Pussifer's song? The one that's against social media, the algorithm. Did you hear that song this year?
I don't know. Was that new?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just keep every time I hear Pussifer, I think my first introduction. I think back to the first introduction. What the hell was that song? My Country Boner. Oh, my country boner. It won't go down. I'm like, what is this fucking joke clown act?
Yeah, it's very hard to go from Tool to
that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like Pussifer, is because it's like Maynard's fucking mental chaos psychoness. But that's
at least that stuff isn't coming out in Tool, right? It's better than a separate filter because a lot of bands have made that mistake of their solo shit. I think getting involved in their main act, like if you think of Godsmack.
Oh yeah, yes. That's a perfect example. Right? Sully's solo stuff, which is great independently, should not be infiltrated into Godsmack. And basically, you can't even tell anymore what is Godsmack or solo Sully the last like 3 albums.
Yeah, what was that one you sent me on When Legends Rise? Was it Eye of the Storm?
Yeah, the last track or something on there.
Yeah, that had a nice little riff in that one. You were right.
It was the riff. Again, the whole thing.
It was a good riff.
The whole thing, man. Like none of it always all works. But I'm a riff hunter, man. If I find it and just jam on it, it works.
Dude, I finally got and anyone who's watching needs to see this. As I
while
stand up and reach for it.
Yeah, while he's pulling that up, we're drinking tonight, fam. So this is a handle of Captain Morgan that
yeah.
So
I love it. And check this out, dude.
Hey, 4.
This is my Godsmack album. You could also call it the beginning of the end. This vinyl, I haven't even opened it. It's still sealed.
She's fresh.
Yeah, this is fresh. It's red and black, the disc itself, but I fucking love the album 4. And it's when Sully had writer's block, so the rest of the band wrote most of the lyrics and pitched in. It's a beauty. Look, you got Sully giving the fucking deuces right there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah, this is gonna be like my prized vinyl possession.
Living in Sin, is that the opening track or second track?
Opening track, sir.
Nice. No Rest for the Wicked is on that one too.
Fucking right. It goes Living in Sin, Speak, The Enemy, Shine Down, Hollow, No Rest for the Wicked, Bleeding Knee, Voodoo 2, Temptation, Mama, and One Rainy Day. That is a nice, diverse album.
Dude, Speak is, I can hear the riff now. It's so heavy.
That's a big karaoke song of mine.
Is it really?
Dude, yeah, I love singing.
I can't tell you the last time I did karaoke.
Oh man,
my karaoke metal. That's awesome.
Oh, my dad has he's got Sonos speakers everywhere, and his house is pretty big. So yeah, we bust out the karaoke, 2 microphones, and man, my family, we send it. My wife and I have a couple duets that we do.
Really? Oh, you're a big karaoke family? This is awesome.
Dude, yeah, we love it. I mean, sound like shit, so we just make sure the music is loud as shit. So you basically just see the effort, but you hear the good singer. You know what I mean?
RMFN Nation over here, all right? So next time you see Chris out, give him your karaoke recommendation song for him to do. So think about this, all right? When you see him at the New York, Philly, Jersey shows, yo, Chris, Rock Metal Fan Nation, do this song at your next karaoke sesh.
I'll do it. I constantly have lists on my phone of songs to do in karaoke when I'm with my family. And now I have one that's literally a list for just when I hang out with my sister next. We're going to bust out the karaoke.
Oh, dude, that's great, man.
Dude, well, I love it.
All right, should we go to karaoke together, bro? That'd be funny.
Dude, yeah, it would be fucking great.
I like it. All right, man, dude, we're talking and I love it. But what else? Let's wrap up this.
Wait, one quick plug. My brother and I karaoke'd all of 13th Step by APC together this year. That was like
the whole album?
Fuck yeah, the whole album, man. Start to finish.
Well, that album is literally legendary.
It might be my number one album ever made. It might be. I've been wanting to do a curated list of my top 100 albums, but I digress. We got 2 more news things, and then we're going to get into our top songs of the year. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. In this moment is stepping away to take a break to create their next chapter of music. They did 2 legs of their God Mode tour. I wanted to shout that out because I'm excited for their new music. I like their new album, God Mode, because this was a band to me that started to fizzle.
Agreed.
After their album Blood, but the album God Mode has a lot of industrial, but industrial done right, like industrial metal, not like the cheap octane shit that you hear. And also I'm friends with the band, and I swear that I was into their album before becoming friends with them. They're very nice people. Maria Brink, super kind, very nice. Their management is super cool. So I'm excited that their tour was a success and they're going to keep making music, because an album ago, I thought they were maybe done because it was just getting a little bit stale, but I think they got some creative energy.
Yo, her performances, their live shows are nuts. So wild, so crazy, nuts. Like inspirational, dirty, sexy, heavy, like all of it. They like, they know what's up with their live show. But you're right, like it's been, I feel like, a couple albums since I've really like connected within this moment in like what their vibe was or their direction. So dude, I always wanted to love in this moment, and like I really liked them. I loved some songs, but like I feel like I could never fully like get there with some of the stuff.
They started as a traditional metal band, and then they the album Blood, which was both phenomenal, but also the beginning of them like kind of being a cookie cutter band. This album God Mode that came out, it was either last year or the year before, really stunned me. This was back when I was doing album song ranks and reviews on YouTube, and I listened to it driving, ready to just flame it. I'm like, this album's gonna suck. And I love that album. It is surprisingly awesome. So I'm glad they're taking a break. And now, unfortunately, on the other side, a band that's not going to be making an album is Slayer. Kerry King recently talked about Slayer's future, and he said, mark my words, we're never going to make a record again, and we're never going to tour again. I think he's lying.
Dude, we've been there, done that with all this stuff. Like, they just came back this year. Like, what are you doing?
And you know what he's like? He's like, oh, it's not a tour, you know?
Yeah, but what? Come on, man. Like,
also, he's like, it's not a tour, it's a one-off.
I just like I said,
bullshit.
I was I wanted metal this year. I didn't like traditional metal. I didn't get it in a full album. I got it in bits and pieces, and you're gonna hear that on my list. Mm-hmm. But the closest thing to a complete metal album to me was the Kerry King album this year that I told you guys about, which is great. I mean, it basically sounded like Slayer. So, like, not gonna lie, but it was great. It was what I needed. Like the singer, though.
Principal, like, sorry to interrupt. Is he he wrote most of the Slayer riffs, or no?
Yeah, him and Jeff Hanneman, before he passed away, he got like a spider bite, dude. And then like,
wait, seriously?
Oh yeah, dude. This is like years ago at this point. So Gary Holt has been playing
I know
the rhythm and lead for ever since Hanneman passed away.
Shit.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. I always remember as a kid, like, all right, what do you drink? What do you like? Because you're getting into like booze as like a high schooler, whatever. And Heineken was real popular, and he would always have his guitars and his guitar picks. as Hanneman in the Heineken logo. It would get me all the fucking time.
That is beautiful.
So when I was seeing Slayer as like a high schooler, it was Heineken and Jaeger. That was what was always at Slayer shows.
Dude, that is so cool.
Well, because there was also the Jägermeister tour. Like Jaeger toured, headlined metal shows as like, so like all of Slayer's tours were like sponsored by Jaeger. It was fucking crazy.
And now all of Russ's pre-games and concert days are sponsored by Jaeger, I feel like.
Jaeger's so bad, but so good.
Dude, I the last time I had it was with you. And,
Yeah.
But I love when you have it. I mean, I think it's great. I never seek it out, you know. But
we're so metal. We're drinking tears, blood.
Yeah, fucking right. It used to be cough syrup.
Exactly, dude. Now though, dude, give me a fucking Jaeger bomb with Red Bull, and it's even better. So.
Oh yeah, it's a delicious beverage for sure.
I mean, I think that's okay. If Slayer's not releasing anything, that's fine. Kerry King's doing music. He's still energized. Like, the dude lost a bunch of weight when I saw him live. Like,
I thought he did. He looked good.
Yeah, good
Great
for him.
sleeves,
right?
by the way.
Yeah.
I love those tats that he has.
Oh, dude, they're badass. He's like textbook metal badass.
Absolutely. Did he do the riff of South of Heaven? Is that him?
That's a good question. I'm not sure who wrote that one.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of Slayer lore, but yeah, that riff.
Seasons of the Abyss, or oh man, what's the most like iconic Slayer fucking riff? Rain
in Blood.
Rain in Blood. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I've been to so many shows where the guitar techs just play.
Oh
that
yeah,
riff.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and everyone like screams all the time. It's like a like metal family uniting like intro.
Volbeat would literally do the intro and then stop to fuck with everybody.
Start? Yeah,
and then start one of their songs.
Oh yeah, dude. I learned that so early on, dude. That riff on guitar, it's just great. It's
one of the best. Good. Man, we need a riff episode. We should be able to when we hang out next in person, come up with a list of the best riffs, not best songs.
Yeah,
best riffs.
Oh, that's gonna be really fucking hard though, dude. Because like you name a good Metallica song, there's like 7 good riffs in some of them.
True. It's like
it depends on
it's 3 minutes in.
Exactly. Like I think of like the thing that should not be, and like oh man, so many things. I digress, dude. I love metal. Let's go.
One last news thing in that light. Metallica did kind of a mixed acoustic show, all within My Hands Foundation. They sounded sharper than the last one, in my opinion, but they busted out fucking Low Man's Lyric.
Oh,
wow.
Right up your alley.
Dude,
and they opened with it too.
They fucking open with it. It's a weird tune. It's just weird. But I miss that side of them. They recently, Mama Said, had its anniversary. I forgot how many years. It's well over 20 years old. So the music video debuted back then, and I commented on their page, I wish Metallica was still this experimental. Now, it's funny because someone said, since when is country music experimental? And I said, for a band like Metallica, this is a very experimental song. And then everybody jumped in on it and we're like, yeah, like agreeing with me. But dude, I miss that because Metallica now is so predictable.
They
are a little boring. Dude, a fucking country song. James is getting older. You know he likes to throw down on an acoustic guitar. Write some acoustic songs. I don't care.
I'm listening to Low Man's Lyric in my right ear right now, the intro, because I just needed to hear it. It is when I heard this as a kid. Oh my God.
My eyes
I was so angry.
And my fingers search for veins.
Yeah. Oh, dude. But like, yeah, I love that they dabble with this acoustic hard rock,
blues,
mildly electric show thing. I think it's really cool. It says how diverse they are. You wouldn't think the biggest metal band in the world could do a show like that.
Yeah.
I could pass on the country Low Man Lyric new track on their next album. I hear you on.
We need it.
No, we don't. But also, I don't need half the songs on the current ones they released. So, like, all right, maybe. No, give me another Memory Remains or King Nothing.
Oh, I'm good with that. That's
Yeah,
a good compromise.
Sure, give me that, not Low Man's lyric.
No, I'm with you. I just like that they threw so many more curveballs back then. I was actually, and I wanted to ask in the spirit of like looking back on the year, is there any newer Metallica song that hit different than in the past for you this year that like you're like, you know what? I didn't realize how good this was when 72 Seasons came out, or for the most part, is it not really? I know it's such a loaded question for a Metallica fan.
Question, yeah. Come on, dude. I live and breathe this shit. Everything we do and listen, Metallica, music, whatever it is. I can probably tell you right away, and I know why. If Darkness Had a Son, because my son literally loves that song. I don't know why. But like when we're jamming, he's like, yo, Dad, put on If Darkness Had a Son. And I'm like, don't go say that in school because you're 6.5.
Oh my
because you're
God,
going to freak out a teacher.
That makes me so happy. But
yeah,
it makes me
happy as hell title. It's a dark title, man, because fucking darkness is in the damn track.
Yeah.
But that song has grown on me because I'm listening to it, but it has weird, crazy new meaning, right? Like I just turned 39 like a week and a half ago.
Hey,
and like
holy shit, dude! I missed your birthday. Happy fucking birthday.
It's all good, brother.
Wait, are you a Scorpio?
Fucking signs. Beginning of December. No, is it Sagittarius? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I don't know many.
I don't know signs, but I do know someone questioned me and my crew at the Electric Factory when I was 22.
You're a Sag.
Checking IDs, and they're like, yo, is this a fake? What's your sign? I'm like, I'm a metalhead. I don't know my sign. That's literally my reaction to the guy. And I had to fight him for a little. I'm like, it's not a fake, dude. Like, I know I look like a kid, but I am 22.
That's a weird way to test someone.
Yeah, and it was like a big, giant dude, like bouncer guy. And I was trying to get upstairs at the Electric Factory in Philly at the top. I'm like, bro, I don't know my fucking sign. Like, I'm a metalhead, man. I don't, no offense to astrology and all that. And I like some of that too, but I'm like, I don't know signs, dude.
Did you see that at the benefit show for Metallica, they did an acoustic version of If Darkness Had a Son?
No, dude, I haven't heard. I saw the show happen. I saw two things. Oh, I didn't even look at the set. Well, actually, you sent me the set list. So I saw it from you. I was blown away by it in a cool way. And then I saw two other things. Somebody like burned or screen printed or something or other the 4 dudes of Metallica with their arms around each other on the front of James's guitar, then on the back. Then they signed it and auctioned it off for the foundation. Epic, dude. Go on their Insta and look at it. It's unreal. And then they show the before picture of the back and then the after from his like belt and chain wallet destroying it all. It's fucking great. And then I saw Kirk had a new acoustic that the whole band signed, but then he took like a fucking screwdriver and carved like all within my hands, the initial and the date and in the back, and then auctioned it off. So that's what I saw. And I love that. I just love that part. Like, dude, just they're badass. That's what I do. Like, my Explorer in the back has chain wallet markings all in the back of it. Like, because I wore a chain wallet until like, I don't know, a few years into my corporate America job.
Dude, they make the most money, but they also give the most stuff away.
They do, man. It's badass. It's
people don't get. My only issue with Metallica's acoustic shows is they have that weird dude who also plays guitar in the back.
Yeah.
I do not like that guy, and I have seen Papa Het shoot this guy some looks because he does backing vocals too, and I saw it on S&M too. James does not like him. I guarantee you it is not James's decision to have him there. The guy does nothing. Like, it fucking pisses me off.
Bro, and you know what's crazy? I think on the behind the scenes of S&M 2, or something. I forget what it was. But I truly believe that guy was interning at HQ in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And when they were trying to do this thing, he said, well, I do this, or with a sitar, or whatever the fuck it was.
Play a sitar, play a violin, but do not touch a guitar, and do not get a microphone in front of you. Fuck off.
And I think that's the story on this guy. So I wish I was this guy.
Right, yeah. He's cool.
Not playing guitar. Yeah. No one else should play guitar in Metallica besides James and Kirk.
There's no need. There's barely a need for Kirk other than the solos, but
no, yeah, I know. He's getting a little sloppy. Fucking Kirk's getting a little sloppy. He messes up, nothing else matters. Like
all the time. And dude, it's awesome that he does both parts.
Yeah, dude. And nothing else matters is tricky, man. With finger picking and pull-offs, it's legit as a guitar player. I struggle with it sometimes. Wait, is it tomorrow, the 18th?
Yes.
Or the 19th that it's coming out on YouTube or something, the full show?
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that.
But yeah, or
when this episode airs, it'll be out. I'll definitely...
We got to look that up because I want to watch it, especially this week. So if you see it before me or vice versa, send it to the other so we can watch that shit.
Hell yeah. So my... I told you every year I do like a whatever the year is, and then an essential playlist. So it's like songs that I'm listening to a lot. So obviously mine is flooded with Oasis. However, I have 3 Metallica songs in 2024 that made my list. Very weird list.
Should I guess them?
Yeah, go ahead. You're not gonna get any of them right. I'm calling it from now.
Tuesday's Gone, the cover from Garage Days.
No, I'm not listening to that.
Dude, that song's great, by the way.
Lynyrd Skynyrd. I mean, that's the OG. But okay, those are pretty good.
Man. I love their version of it too.
Oh, it is great.
Okay, all right. I'll guess 3 times. So 1 is out. Just a Bullet Away off of their Beyond Magnetic EP.
Hell no.
Oh man, is that the one with Fuck, is that Jerry Cantrell and Just a Bullet Away too? I forget. A Rebel of Babylon. I forget. Okay, 2. Dude, I should have just guessed all Load and Reload, probably, but I'm going for randoms here.
One of them is.
Of course it is. Where is Reload? Let's see. You're listening to Bad Seed off of Reload.
I was enjoying Bad Seed, but that's not one of them. Okay, so
I love it how it sounds like he chokes on the seed in the beginning of the song.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's a good riff, man. That's a good riff. Bad Seed.
Yeah, it's like he could do that riff in his sleep. Hero of the Day.
Oh, I love that song, man.
That song actually speaks to my soul. So almost every year it makes my essential playlist. It's just whenever I'm in the feels about life or like just anything good or bad, or just like being introspective, that song, that riff it really does something to me. The S&M version is amazing.
You just flashback me to my childhood bedroom, printing out tabs and taping it to the wall, trying to learn that intro riff, which is 2 open, 2 open, 2 2 open, and then you go down the fretboard a little bit. It clicked right away.
So my other one it was inspired by my brother-in-law because he had discovered it, and I knew it for a while. I Disappear.
Oh,
which is the first song to have the Saint Anger snare. Believe it or not.
No.
It's just so much lower in the mix that you don't realize that the sound is in I Disappear. But I love that song.
Love the movie Mission Impossible. Love that it was a soundtrack song.
Hell yeah.
Love the music video. But seeing Lars play that like 3-piece fucking kit on that mountain, I'm like, this is not good.
And finally, my third Metallica song, Chasing Light off of 72 Seasons.
Oh, God. Fucking go home, bro. Jeez.
There's no light.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, no. Oh,
I know. Oh, my gosh. I know.
Oh, my God. Bad. Kenny, I know you're listening to this episode. What are we gonna do with this?
Hey, it's better than Room of Mirrors. And
oh God, I don't even listen to those songs because they're so bad.
72 Seasons. That song is awful.
No, 72 Seasons blows those two out of the water.
It's shite.
Oh God. Jeez. Last thing, and then we got to move on because we can talk about Metallica forever.
And by the way, we haven't in a while, so it's nice.
You are right.
Yeah, we've done a good job of avoiding Metallica talk.
And I think we've had to for the sake of, the content of this pod.
Exactly, because they haven't done much this year other than tour.
No. Did you see, and you kind of omitted it from the news there, Mr. Chris, Metallica was the 9th grossing touring act of 2024.
Of all genres?
All genres. Number 1 in the world. Taylor Swift at like $1 billion, which is fucking insane. Metallica was just under 200 million.
Good for them.
Yeah, at 9th. So, but then you had like Coldplay, Stones played like 6 shows and grossed like $600 million or some shit. Like, disgusting.
Yep. I mean, hey, that's phenomenal. Good for Metallica. The 2 nights, 2 different sets. I mean, it's a great cash grab, but at the same time, it takes a lot of fucking skill because they could do 2 nights of the same fucking set.
Yeah.
But they're getting people to commit to 2. I mean, dude, I felt like when there was no repeat songs, I was like, I can't pick one. I can't do it. So, and it's great. It's great for the venues. It's great for the band. Everyone's making money. Everyone's having fun with the different sets. So I admire that. And memorizing 32 songs, it's a lot. Like,
dude, it's a lot. Well, that Philly
game.
Yeah, dude, that Philly Metallica show, which you got to go to. I've got tickets for both shows. We already have it's Memorial Day weekend. We already have, I already know like 15 people, give or take, going that are coming to our tailgate.
I might need to bring some people from New Jersey. I've got a few people I can bring over for that.
Well, dude, here's my thought. We get a fucking Airbnb in Philly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. We do a 3-nighter, big fucking Airbnb.
Yes.
3-4 story, rooftop, easy Uber to the stadium. And we just go all weekend, brother. Like, I'm fucking feeling it. But
I'm feeling that.
There are multiple people that were saying to me, I also just realized I said like brother to you like 3 times this episode. So fucking, I don't know why, but
Hogan.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, hey, brother.
So good.
Fucking weird. God,
I love it.
There are like three different groups of people, or maybe 3 individuals, but we're going with other people. We're considering like I'm finally going to Metallica. Like, I want to check it off the bucket list. I'm going to the Philly show. It's like they just know I'm going. So they're like, all right, when are you going?
Yep.
And I tell them exactly what it is. It's no repeat. So you like, this show is one, this show is another. And they say like, what if they don't play Master of Puppets? Or what if they don't play Enter Sandman? Or what if they don't play Nothing Else Matters? And I'm like, they're going to play them, but you don't know which show they're going to do it at.
You got to do both.
You got to do both. Because you could pick Friday, but you're not going to hear one of those songs you have been dying to hear your entire life. So like,
that did happen to my parents at the shows we were at. They were at the Friday show. Friday was a lot more new shit. However, my dad did one of the most G things ever with me. We flew down to Florida back when they were doing we didn't know which day, but they were going to do the Black Album in reverse order. And dude, it was every other weekend they were changing the order. So I did my research and I said, Dad, this isn't a guarantee, but I'm pretty sure this is the fucking day they're doing the Black Album. And we were right. And he was just like, I got the tickets. We're fucking going. And we saw that shit. And it was one of the highlights of my life.
Bro, that's amazing. And to do it with your dad too. That's so
fun. Yeah, which again, he introduced me to that album. Like, Wherever I May Roam was his MMA song, all that crazy shit. But
oh, dude, it's unbelievable. Still pisses me off that, of course, Lars said, let's play it in reverse order. No, you dumbass. If you're playing the album,
dude, it worked. It actually worked.
Yeah,
it really did.
It's kind of
dumb like when you think about the concept, but in the moment it worked really well.
So
with the struggle within, I think is track 12.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it opens.
Yeah. So the
Oh yeah.
yeah. Because if you did Enter Sandman first, I mean that'd be epic too.
That's probably why though they wanted to end with Enter Sandman.
Well, the first 6 songs of the Black Album are all massive fucking hits, you know.
Yeah, they're huge.
So you get a Wolfen Man, what is that, track 8? So you know, it's like it made sense, or maybe it's track 9 because
Through the Never is 7.
I don't think Through the Never is 7.
Oh wait, really?
I don't think so.
Oh man.
But I mean, I'm going against.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Oh my God, you're right. Fuck me. See, let I go messing with the dude with the Metallica tattoos.
That's right. I have 2 Metallica tattoos on my shoulders. Fuck you.
And I will take that. I deserve that. But you're right. Track 7, Through the Never.
So I love that you flew to Florida to see that album straight through that way. I forget if you were, I don't think you were, the first Orion Fest in 2012 at Bader Field in Atlantic City.
No, I know we talked about it many episodes ago.
Yeah. Yep, we did.
Fucking thing ever, and I hate that it failed. But
I hate that it's because Lars was ahead of his. Lars thought it was Europe where you could put all these random genres together. It's like no, you were before the Danny Wimmer thing. Like you could have been the Metallica festival, but they got too fucking crazy and had too many genres there, and it didn't work.
You do an Ozfest with more rock bands.
Yes, that's all they had to do. Yeah. They had a window of opportunity to do it, and it didn't work. But night 1 was the Black Album, straight through in reverse order. Night 2 was Ride the Fucking Lightning, baby.
Wait, is that the show? I'm sorry to interrupt you. That he played Escape and he hates Escape?
Yep. Yeah, that's good memory, man. He never like voices songs he hates, but he voices that he hates Escape.
Do you know why?
No, I feel like he just like thinks it was like a B-side that shouldn't have been on the album. I remember, right?
So yes, very, very similar. The album was basically done, and the label said they wanted one more song that was good for radio, and that really rubbed James the wrong way. So he wrote that song sarcastically about, escaping people, telling him what to do. He already had that fuck off attitude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I fucking love that song.
Dude, I love it too, man. I'm going to listen to it after this, probably.
Oh, such a good riff. Oh, I love it.
Good. All right. We're done.
All right. Great Metallica sidebar. This was awesome. And now back to 2024. Let's get into the top 10 songs of the year. Should we start with rock? Because I feel like the metal is okay. And I wanted to do something different. I know when we did the albums, kind of went to each, like I named number 10, said the album and explained why. I want to list them off first and then kind of like, dude, does that make sense? Yeah. Because I want people to hear the list. I mean, that's what I think would make the most sense. I know we're like kind of brainstorming while people are listening, but I think, or I don't know, or do you think that's dumb and I should just name the song, explain why, and move on?
I feel like let's keep it like, I mean, we got to talk about 40 songs here, people. For good reason. So that could take a while, but strap in because we got some good shit. Man, it's tricky. You know what? I don't know. Instead we're repeating. Yeah, let's do a quick hit about the song. We'll each do our do 10, I do 10, and then we go 9 and 9. How about we do it like that? You want to go back and forth?
Yeah, I like that. And people, I also did that because I'm refilling my drink. So, I'm
going to do the same.
Yeah, I was also, buying myself some time as I, put some ice.
So people, as Chris is doing that. So for years, me and my 2 buddies, Bry, who I've known since I was 13, and then Kenny was my college roommate. Those 2 brothers, Hulk Hogan. God, I gotta stop saying that. Fuck, why is that? How is that happening today? It's because we're drinking, bro, and it's nighttime again. I'm back in my element.
Yeah, the true element.
Fuck, man. Jeez, love it, people.
I love it. It's beautiful.
It's been a year, man. Been a day, been a week. I love it. So I literally have rolled up in my basement. If you ever worked in an office or we're in like a conference room and they have like a giant rectangle, like piece of paper that looks like a giant sticky note, not a dry erase board, but like it's basically a giant bulletin board sticky note thing. I stole one of those from my office that I used to work in with someone that is on the other end of this fucking podcast. I stole it from that building in Pennsylvania, Chris, actually, multiple of them. And we would set them up in my buddy's basement up in North Jersey. We'd each get one and we'd write our top 10 songs. And we usually wouldn't do albums because every year, because it was tough. It's tough to do albums because, like you just saw from me last week or heard from me last week, I didn't have 10. So we'd always do top 10 songs of the year, but then we'd rotate, like do your top 10 singers, do your top 10 favorite albums of all time, do your top 10 artists, guitar players. Like we just would go every year or every 6 months and we would do all of this. So like when you asked me to join this podcast, I'm like, I've basically been doing this podcast with my buddies, 100%. But not recording it for years, you know?
That's why we're going to have some awesome stuff in 2025 where we get a group too. And, you know, maybe even some artists, but going over these lists, it's a blast because I feel like people will, especially when you're talking about best songs or like best singers, people will die on those hills. You know,
yes.
And I know which bands that I will, and especially like singers where I will not compromise, but I will. But you know, it's great to just hear the passion. And
what we would do, it sucks that we can't do it here, but we'd have everyone create a playlist of their list, send it to one person connected to the speakers, and we'd pass the phone around to each person. So you'd introduce your song or your artist or whatever by audio. And like, that's how it hit, man. What's up?
It feels like a sales pitch in a way.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
You're like, okay, everybody, play a song.
Yeah,
this is why Maynard is the best singer of all time.
Yes. Oh, dude, like, yes, so crazy, so fun. But as we keep getting more tech savvy with this thing and we expand, grow, all the things, you guys will hear more actual, I don't know about music because of copyrights, but you'll hear some more actual that kind of stuff and vibe as we keep rolling here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
so I say, bro, we go, Chris, your top 10 song, 10 for the year for rock, and then I'll go 10, and then we go 9, and we'll do it together kind of thing.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Number 10 for me. This is the top 10 rock songs of 2024. Spotify, auto-generate that as a chapter. Thank you. Number 10 is Mayday by 3 Days Grace. Yes, it made my list.
Is that because Adam follows you, bro?
I love Adam Gontier. I love that they're back. The sharing vocals, I'm not sold on yet. But hearing Adam deliver the first verse of that song and the first chorus, it made me happy. It felt good. In the light of weird reunions like fucking Linkin Park that feels icky, 3 Days Grace, maybe the quality wasn't really there, but I felt okay listening to it. I'm like, you know what? I'll throw Mayday on at a party. It's nowhere near the top 30 3 Days Grace songs, but Adam is singing. He sounds happy. They're all getting along, and this is good for hard rock. That's why it made my number 10.
One, dude, that's what I love too about what you said. It has feeling, it has emotion, and it's not just based on the song. So that goes into a lot of my recos too when it comes to.
If it was just based off the song, it would be nowhere near this list.
Yeah, you felt it, and I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's good, man. Good number 10. All right.
Your turn.
For me, oh man, I can't believe it, but Utopia by Bring Me the Horizon is my number 10. 10th
Beautiful
song.
Choice.
Yeah.
And I told you last episode that I fucking love that song.
Yeah, you do love that song. You listen to it.
Dude, I love it.
It's really good. And it's funny. Kenny, my buddy, was texting me this week, and he goes, "What the fuck is Bring Me the Horizon, dude? What is this album?"
It's fun. It's fun. Utopia opens the album. I mean, obviously there's a lot of electronic stuff going on, but they pull that off, I think, extremely well. Yeah, that didn't make my list, by the way.
Yeah, the song gets me. I don't know why. It's like a guilty pleasure for me, but yeah. Utopia is on here. Bring Me the Horizon, number 10.
Okay, well, I feel like that's better than my number 9, and you're gonna fucking flame me. My number 9 is Need Somebody by 311. Got that album right up there. It's the second single. It's, if you remotely like anything that 311 does, then you'll like this song. It's got a fat riff. The first single is You're Gonna Get It, and they try to sound too macho. Need Somebody is feel good, and it's got fat riffs. And I revisit it a lot. So that's my number 9.
That's cool, man. I don't think I've heard that song this year.
I think you would fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Probably right. Because you have the wildest taste I've ever. Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me with my taste, man. It's so like, even sometimes I shake my head. I'm like, why are you listening to what you're listening to?
That makes it fun too, right? Yeah. Like
it's what speaks to your soul, man. You know, and then,
you don't know why, you just do it.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. I was not a fan of this song when it came out because it sounded very cookie cutter. But I was kind of running out of songs. So
that's fine.
Awaken by Breaking Benjamin. If you listen to that song in isolation, you see, you don't like it, right?
Again, I get why it belongs on the list. I will give you that.
Yeah, if you listen to that song in isolation, sorry, 3 Days Grace, and even though you're basically the same kind of vibe and genre, and you've toured so many times together, and I love it and support it, and I've seen both of you on said tour, I think Awaken is much better than the Mayday song that you put on as 3 Days Grace, humbly. But that's my take. That's my opinion. Awaken, number 9, Breaking Benjamin. Again, it sounds like so many other Breaking Benjamin songs, but for a hard rock song, I think it's really good, and it is number 9.
They're the AC/DC of hard rock.
Oh,
every song has the same structure. Benjamin found that fucking formula, and he is not letting it go.
Well, bro, if you think about it, I think I mentioned it in another episode. You got to give so much credit to Chevelle, 3 Days Grace, and Breaking Benjamin, because they basically laid the foundation for what we are sometimes so angry about regarding the music scene right now.
You're right. Quick side note, Chevelle, Pete Loeffler, the lead guitarist, vocalist, he just finally posted a little clip of a riff from the new album, and it sounded so good.
Dude, nice.
I have and I've teased this. I can't say it. I have insider information about the new album with Chevelle. One day I'll be able to say it.
Oh, how about it? Bro, they were supposed to did they tease new music last year in 2023? What the hell's happening? More brother feud? Come on.
I think some over tinkering is going on, but I can't say anymore. Here's my number 8 for my top.
Oh, what a transition.
I've got House on Sand by Nothing More featuring Eric from I Prevail.
Okay. All right.
I think for songs on Octane that have the hard rock with a little bit of metal edge with Eric, I think his last name starts with a V. I like that one a lot. Nothing More's album kind of underwhelmed me a bit, leaning in a little too much on the electronic side, but that song has a nice breakdown, and you know what? I'm a sucker for a good breakdown, not a cookie cutter one, and I thought they did a pretty fucking good job.
Cool. That's a good one, man. Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't.
I almost forgot about it though, honestly. So that goes to tell you too, it didn't have like a ton of like staying power. When I was looking back at the year, I was like, holy shit, I even forgot Nothing More dropped an album.
Yeah.
Which isn't a great look.
But especially when they drop it early in the year too.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where I started to debate. Is this hard rock or is this metal? But for my feel and vibe, I think it is on the harder rock vibe.
Okay, all right.
And this is new to me as of last week. Alive by 7 hours after
Yes,
Violet
let's
from Chris.
fucking go.
It hit me
Yes.
because I listened to it so many times, even though it's only been in my
Dude.
ear hole for a week. It's so good and so much better than so much trash that was released this year. So number 7, wait, 10, 8. Is it 8? Yeah, it's 8. God. Number 8 for me is
Dude.
Alive by 7 hours after Violet.
So with my list, I try to be objective, right? That might be my personal favorite song of the year, but it is not on either of my lists.
Whoa. Wait, so why isn't it then?
First of all, I didn't know if it was rock or metal.
Right? Neither do I.
And I put another one of their songs in the metal category.
Oh.
Alive, though, that chorus like makes the hair in the back of my neck stand up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. It is it's dark. It is super dark. And I don't like when bands, I don't know if I've told you this. I don't like when bands alternate singers. I know that's like a weird thing, but like if they go from like clean vocals to growling, I don't like when they switch. I'm like, all right, one singer should be able to do it both, which I know is completely unfair, but 7 Hours After Violet is one of the few bands that I love when the guitarist sings, because you know the metalcore like bands like Wage War has an album that did that where like their guitarist sings and it's those cleans that you've heard 1,000 times.
Yep.
When their guitarist in 7 Hours After Violet sings, it is menacing clean vocals.
Who is the lead singer in that band?
He's a no name.
He's a no name.
He's a big guy. Like you could tell he's been in some mosh pits in his day. And I love him and I love both of them together. Like these crazy, I'm just looking at the lyrics of that song. Great fucking choice. I love that. Your list is already better than mine.
Get out of here. All right, you're up.
All right, number 7. I've got Butterfly by Unto Others. I mentioned Unto Others. That was my number 9 album of the year. Never Neverland. Butterfly is a fun, upbeat 80s goth glam song that I feel like Ghost tries to do, but I think they suck. So they never pull it off. Unto Others pulls that sound off in a much more authentic way. So when that came on radio, I was like, you know what? Like this, I could play in a party. It's gothic, it's depressing, but it's got a nice upbeat, a little bit of hi-hats on the drums, and I love it.
I think Kenny texted me when he's like, I'm going to listen to Chris's list of albums. I think when he got to this one, he's like, there's no way Chris was serious about liking this album. I think that's what he texted.
Oh, fuck me.
No, but you like it. Good for you.
Dude, they're like a more diverse sounding Volbeat to me.
Okay.
I think Volbeat got a little cookie cutter, a little commercial. Unto Others is still like a little more like goth and like I like that.
Oh God, I fucking love all this, man. It's great.
All right, you're number 7.
All right, number 7, New Way Out by Poppy. Number 7. So
Great
like again,
addition.
it's like is metalcore, whatever we're classifying this.
Like between that and new metal.
Yeah, that's hard rock to me.
Yeah.
Metal to me, you're gonna see is more heavy metal.
I think that's a perfect classification.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, dude, this chick, this album, this production, it's cool, it's good, it's different, it's she's
for any gamers out there. Recently I was just playing Call of Duty. And I just put the new Poppy album on, and it is a great gaming album. Like all the songs are different enough. They have like good pace, good energy. So if nothing else, there's that. I love that album. That was rated very well on my album list. I love that you included New Way Out. That was when I first opened up to liking Poppy, because I was never a Poppy fan. I got negative spaces back there, but even like I'm in the car and my wife like got so like freaked out because at New Way Out, right before the riff drops, she goes, Poppy. She's like, why is she saying her own name? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird and it sounds like a child. It just like doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then it does. And I'm like, all right, if I gotta go hard rock, very limiting.
Yeah.
It's
and this
there.
was her least quirky work, that whole album. Like she never does any like poppyisms throughout the rest of the album. It's only that song. And speaking of, my number 6 is VAN, Bad Omens featuring Poppy.
Dude, I forgot that song came out. I actually like that one.
And I didn't know if that was metal or rock.
Yeah, I think you've got it on. I think you have it on the right list.
I think so too, but that like I just love that riff that's like like I think it's, I mean, I hate that Noah, the singer of Bad Omens, is basically not on it. But Poppy's delivery in that song I think is awesome. I think the instrumental, the industrial vibe, that one really, really stuck with me. I'm
not gonna lie, I'm kind of pissed. I probably would have, if I remembered that song, I probably would have put that one in that spot instead.
we've got from both of us, because you put Utopia and Alive by Job. So. All right, what's your 6?
Number 6 is Die For You by Bring Me the Horizon. What is wrong with me? 2 tracks.
2 fucking tracks.
Me. Dude, just the emotion of that one. And it's like, I don't know, man. Lyrics got me on that one. You know,
Ollie Sykes got you.
Yeah, the emotion, man. And like, it just connected. It hits home with what you feel, family, friends, all of it. The little edge, but it's got like space to be emotional.
Yeah.
And like feeling and all that. So yeah. Die For You, number 6 by Bring Me the Horizon.
You know what I love about the fact that we split up the rock and metal is I obviously know that you know you're a great guitarist. You appreciate the riff over everything, but by splitting up the rock and metal, it almost forces you, because I also know that you are into lyrics, you do like a vocal, but just like kind of spaces those out. And I think Die For You is an example where there's not really a whole lot of riffage for you to cling on to, or the listener. But like that song, like it got you, you know, and it was specifically from Ollie's delivery and tone.
Another thing that you and I are very connected on is lyrics, feeling, emotion. And it's crazy because not everyone feels that or digests that from music.
Right.
You know, it's sometimes they just care about the music. But to me, man, it's the whole fucking package. Yep. I mean, the first thing I'm listening for is the riff, the double bass, the gallop, the beat, whatever the fuck it is, sick bass line, even a vocal hook. But it's always the riff first. Is this fucking good musically? And am I going to be able to beat to it? Like, let's go. Then once I dive in, man, the update on like Apple Music to be able to look at the lyrics in a track is amazing to me. So I don't have to go Google what the fucking lyrics are to a song.
Question for you. When you first listen to a song, do you read the lyrics or do you listen first and then the second time read?
Always listen. I always try.
My guy, me too.
Yeah. Also,
like, it's distracting if you read along.
Yeah. No. I don't want to know what they are for a while. Actually,
same, man. I'm totally.
Because that's what's fun. It's up to interpretation. You also think it says something, and it's not even fucking close to what you think it is, and that's what's so cool about it too. I love when I'm like, I've been saying it wrong for fucking 20 years. Like not even close. So like I was just saying a made up word. But dude, that's what's so great about it, man. Like, I love it. Just the lyrics, the feel. But yeah, I'm a big, like just how I was raised, like feeling, emotion, like me and my boys are like, you know, before we eat, it's just like, thank you for our family, friends, and food. Like it's just all that emotion is like just part of me. And when that's hitting in a song, or Like, dude, Sanitarium I was with you at the fucking Metallica show at MetLife.
Yeah.
Second night, we're there with like your brother and sister. I'm there with my buddies. Just like that song hit, man. And I felt like I got tears running down, dude. Like, it's just that song got me. Well, you know, like you're in your own prison. Like let me out.
When the riffs combine with the vocals and it all fits perfectly. I mean, and we're blessed with, I think, so many amazing rock and metal bands do that so well where it fits perfectly, right? And that's one of those songs where everything about that and like Just Leave Me Alone and then like you're running, right? Like during that part, like
chills, bro, already.
Yeah,
just keep talking about that.
And
that song, they don't play that often too.
No.
And it's so good. I can play the whole fucking song on guitar, and then to play it on the second night, it's just, oh man, it just hits so good.
When he just kind of says, he doesn't even like sing it, when he just says, "Just leave me alone," kind of like he doesn't even like say it that loud, and then Kirk comes in with that next
ripping solo
fill. Oh my god, it's like. Yeah, so I mean, again, that's what I love about you. Obviously, see the differences between the rock and the metalists, but again, that's why some of these bands, like we talked about, how I saw Iron Maiden, and I love the experience, but the lyrics don't really relate to me. Like, yeah, there's some about history and all that, but
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but like a song like Sanitarium is a great example where like anyone can feel that way. And you can like cling to those. And also some of the most abstract lyrics, you know, stick with you because they appeal to a lot of people. And I honestly think my weird segue about a band like Oasis that I got into is obviously I love the lyrics and I love the melody, but a lot of these songs were about like love. And I had a daughter this year, right? So it's like all of a sudden I'm like, fuck, this is speaking to me.
Yeah,
right.
I give you tons of shade for Oasis, and I
do deserve it.
You deserve it, and I will continue to give you shade for Oasis
as well. You should.
Yeah, I will not stop that. But when it connects with you, man, and it hits you, and it's just like it's there, you go with it, you digest it, you blast it, like all those things, dude. We never ever talked about them, but there are some songs by 30 Seconds to Mars that I really enjoy. Right? Yeah. I get tons of shade and hate.
Fucking Jared Leto, man.
Yeah, but because he's an actor, he's a chick magnet. There's all chicks at the shows, but there are certain songs, man, that are good and like emotion and feeling and all of that. So like, I'm a wild individual, man, with fucking death metal, Slayer, fucking chaos, but then the soft side. But that's what's fun about music. Like, what's the vibe today? This month, this moment, it all changes, you know?
What's interesting too is just because like if I'm going through a phase of listening to lighter music, it doesn't mean I've been in a better mood. It actually could sometimes be the opposite. I might be more stressed than listening to something like Oasis versus like if I'm feeling like a System of a Down or a Metallica, where that's my happy space. It's just so weird how it all affects you differently. Right. It's like
almost every rainy day, I listen to Tool or A Perfect Circle almost every fucking time. Like,
when you do APC, is it mostly Mir de Gnomes?
Dude, I listened to Mir de Gnomes yesterday, actually, just out of the blue, and I fucking love that album, man.
Oh, it's nuts. I talked about 13th Step, but I mean Mir de Gnomes as well.
But those amazing. Two albums,
like
Mir de Gnomes and 13th Step, like those albums are literally historically fucking like greatness. Like it's just Billy Howard, man.
Imagine if on Octane on their Biggins Top 15 right now, a song like Weak and Powerless was on there.
Bro, and
it'd be number one.
That's what kills me, man, with music today. Like the genre of A Perfect Circle vibe, right? Like, why does that not exist? You know, or if it does exist, it doesn't get traction, and then just fizzles out for more like wage war or whoever the fuck, right? Like,
I have my
fine.
I have my theories.
Oh, hit me. Or do we talk about it later?
Yeah, I've got my theories, man. I you talk about favoritism, you talk about record labels doing their thing. Ultimately, I think it is difficult to make an album like Mir de Noms nowadays because it's so creative. Billy Howardell, man, he was the guitar tech for Tool. Dude, I had a beer with him and his mom.
Dude, that's awesome. Hey, you got stories too, bro. Come on, that's fucking epic.
So one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. Like, I was like shocked. Like, I had like imposter syndrome. I'm like, dude, why am I here? Like, I don't deserve. And he was like, yeah, come have a beer. And then I talking to Mrs. Howardell.
Dude, that's so cool. Where was it?
Crazy.
New York?
He's from New Jersey, and he did a show in New York, a really small venue. I forgot for the life of me. I forgot the name, but I just, I did a reel based off of one of the songs from his new album, and their manager reached out and said, hey, like, would you like to come see Billy live? I was like, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, bro, I will do that immediately.
Remember I told you I saw Ashes Divide up at the Croc Rock in Allentown, PA.
Yeah.
And there was a snowstorm. So people thought the show got canceled. But then he said, no, we're going to do it. There were like 15 people at the show. I felt so bad for them. But they still came on. Yeah. They still did the show. But it was like I had a private show from Ashes Divide. Billy Howardell, man. Oh, so good.
If I could say I actually, when I spoke with him, I told him, I said, thank you for making 13th Step. Because it changed my life, and like it's part of me, like it's defined my outlook on a lot of things in very good ways. Like, I saw the song Gravity live and I like cried my eyes out. Oh, yeah. And he was just the most gracious guy. My only advice to them, if they do another Perfect Circle album, Maynard, let him play guitar, please.
Yeah.
Because on Eat the Elephant, he turned a lot of those riffs into piano.
Dude, piano riffs, which is great, but come on,
piano.
Yo, Feathers on Eat the Elephant. Oh, sleeper, one of the best tracks. Feathers.
Pretty fucking big. I like that album. I was listening to Talk the other day.
I like 5 or 6 of the songs on the album. So I made a playlist called Eat Some of the Elephant. Because I didn't like all of it, but again, I'm a critical motherfucker, and I like what I like.
You have a good balance
tour at the Brooklyn fucking arena. What the fuck is that called?
Brooklyn Steel.
Is that where the Islanders play, or where the hell did they play?
Oh, the Islanders they have a new arena, UBS. That's out in Long Island. That's past.
Oh, wait. The old
what's not Meadowlands, that's the Devils. Nassau.
Nassau, yes. Okay, yeah. So not that one. What's the one in Brooklyn? What's that one?
Oh, that's where the Nets play.
The Nets play, yes. I saw
Barclay Center.
Barclay Center, thank you.
Yep.
I saw APC at the Barclay Center off of the Eat the Elephant tour.
Yeah, that's just, that's my band. That's like that.
So good. All right, our list. Back to our list.
Back to the list. Okay. Spotify chapters, make sure you know that. We're back on the list. My number 5 is Illusion by Seether.
Oh.
Illusion is one of those riffs that I'm sentimental, like I appreciate it a lot. I did not love Judas Mine as the lead single from Seether. I don't like when these bands, they do a lot of different vocals overlapping, especially when it's the same singer. Now, I like Judas Mine now, but I didn't like that. It was Sean Morgan screaming Judas Mine and then him doing a vocal take under that.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, it sounds good live. I'm cool with it. But Illusion had this like weird atmospheric vibe. Some people said it sounded like a Deftones vibe, which they're wrong, but I know what they're trying to get at. But that one really stuck with me. On top of it, when my daughter was like a month old, that would like actually soothe her, that riff, because it's so repetitive and so simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that song Illusion. And from last week, we both talked about how much we love the new Seether album. Like,
that was my #1 album of the year. So hell yeah, dude. I love that song. But you're about to hear some Seether on my list, and that one isn't even on there. Oh, that is a great song. But it was hard for me to pick what you're going to hear in a second. But epic song, epic riff, epic emotion, epic album. If that album didn't come out this year, from a hard rock perspective, I would have been really fucking disappointed. But it did. So I'm feeling it.
By the way, have you noticed that not many radio stations are talking about the Seether album right now?
No, man.
Drives me nuts.
Again, the takeover of this fucking electronic metalcore, whatever fuck, man. It's just everywhere.
It's very frustrating to me.
But like you're omitting good quality hard rock or like mild metal, whatever you want to call it, because
you could even call it, dude, like some of the Seether stuff is post grunge.
Yeah, it is, which is why I didn't like them. That's why I didn't like them in the beginning, and I saw them in college. Oh God, I love. Is it Karma in Effect with No Jesus Christ or what song?
No, that album is called Finding Beauty in Negative
Spaces. Yes, is that Six Gun Quota? Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck Me Like You Hate Me.
Yes, I saw that tour, Starland Ballroom in college with my boys.
That's my venue too. You know that,
dude. But ready for this? The show was fucking horrible. Horrible, dude.
Why?
The sound, the feedback. He had to be
only guitarist, right?
Yeah, only one guitar. It was just him.
Just one.
Yeah. Bro, he had to be so fucking wasted on high on drugs too.
Yeah,
it was so sloppy. I felt like I was watching Bad Nirvana. And I'll never forget it because of you saying that. Like the post-grunge thing.
Yep.
And like he was still in between this. Am I hard rock and metal or am I grunge? And they're like smashing guitars, but like you're doing this because of bad guitar screeching that he wouldn't
feedback and shit.
That he wouldn't stop for like a minute. Dude, it was bad. And I didn't listen to Seether, man, after that show for years, too. Like, years. I was tarnished. Same with my buddies, too. But I'm back.
This is huge development, though, because you have talked about Seether before on the pod, and you've said how glad you are that they have a second guitarist. But this is the true context behind why.
Yes.
I love it. This is great.
Nothing was hitting you. Nothing was hitting you, man. Like, it was just coming up soft. I'm like, guys, turn up your fucking volume. Also, where's the other punch? Like, it was like, it just wasn't there. That's why it's so crazy, wild, and mildly surprising at times on how much I love the new Seether album and what you're about to hear soon.
It was just like I had said in this Moments album last year that I was expecting to trash it. The new Seether album really blew me away. So that was my number 5. What is your number 5?
The song titled Sick by the band The Warning. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, shit. Yes, I forgot about that.
I believe it's 3 women, and they are bad fucking
They're all sisters.
bad.
They're all sisters.
Are they sisters?
Yes, sir.
Dude.
Yeah,
have you
from
listened
Mexico.
to that song, Sick?
Yes, I have.
Dude, it is good.
You sent me this, I think, before we were even doing the pod.
Oh, yes, you're right. I did. So something that I love doing is we're going to a show in Philly. I don't know what show, whatever it is, right? You and I, we're going to Spirit Box. You, me, and the boys at the Fillmore in Philly in a couple months, right? Yep. We'll just say it. Maybe that's what we do, right? We're going to see Spirit Box on this tour, but we're going to see Spirit Box. We'll say it's at the Fillmore in Fishtown, and we're at the bar before the show. That song is a song I'm putting on the fucking Touch Tunes or Jukebox because it's got a vibe to it. It's edgy. it's not death metal where people are like looking around like, what the fuck's on the jukebox, bro?
Right.
Like, that's weird and shit. It's a great hard rock, edgy song. I'm not saying it's like the White Stripes, because I don't like a lot of White Stripes, but there's some stuff that's like, I kind of have felt it or liked it or don't. I don't know. But it just feels like dirty rock. And that's what that song felt like to me. And yeah, man, I feel like it's really good.
It's
it's
fun rock.
Yeah.
And now for some reason, fun rock and roll gets into the alternative bucket, and then you don't hear it on a hard rock station. You don't hear it on a rock station at all. And they're kind of just left in this outcast area. So Sick was doing well on something like an Octane, and then it fizzled out for songs like fucking like Awakened by Breaking Benjamin.
Bro, I know. But like, you listen
to
it,
fun
it's
rock
like,
and roll. And you know, like my list is gonna start having more fun rock and roll. But yeah, they're a great band. That same show that I went to Florida to see the Black Album with my dad, we saw The Warning.
Did you really?
We had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
No idea.
Dude, how long have they been around?
Not that long. Not that long at all. This is, I think, their second album that came out this year. They tried to do the EP thing, which was a disaster. Fuck that. So people, if like, go buy their vinyl. Go buy the LP. Do not, support them for making a full album. But yeah, they sounded awesome. They had attitude. They alternated who was singing. So the one sister who was, on guitar was singing. Then their drummer, she sings too, which is pretty fucking wild. Cause I mean, that amount of talent. But I've also seen like a band like Atreyu try to pull that off.
Oh, the good old Atreyu drummer guy.
Dude, but his sound, like, he sounded out of breath when I saw Atreyu. I respect them, but like, it's tough to do. Like,
dude, that's really hard to do, man.
Yeah, the mix and everything. But yeah, The Warning is a great band. Great.
All right, that's it, man. That's number 5.
All right, my number 4 is Kool-Aid from Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. It has slight metal elements to it, but it's still a rock song.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun. It's fun. It's using electronics the right way. It's easy. That's one where if someone hates screaming, you can put that on, and only for that 1 second verse, they might be like, what is that? But Ollie Sykes changes his voice up enough where it's okay, because that chorus, that is a hooky chorus. And how many times do you look at people like for drinking the Kool-Aid about anything, and you're just like, you got to taste for it, and now that's what you do, because like I've got feelings about like groupthink, and it's so hard to form your own opinion these days. So I like the message, I like the delivery, and if that's futuristic rock, that's it done right.
So did that song come out before the album? Like way
it did before? Significantly. It might have came out in 2023.
Dude, I think you're right. Like, yeah. I
but
feel like it was an early
I put it for this year because the album came out.
It is on the album. So
I know it's a gray area.
I'm not checking your ass, motherfucker.
It's a gray area. I'll admit it.
All right, man. Number 4. Lost All Control by Seether. I fucking love this song. It just, again, lyrically, the riff, it just hits, it connects. There's a sick breakdown in it too.
It's late in the album too, isn't it?
It is.
But I know that's like a starred one on Apple Music. Like it's like, because I think it was probably their 3rd single or something.
It starts off with like a bass riff, man, that just is, nothing else. And then a high guitar, like notes stretching out. And dude, so good, man. It's vibey. It's sick. Yeah. Oh man, it's good. It's real good. So Lost All Control by Seether.
Did that song surprise you?
It did, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I know the album surprised you, but I think Lost All Control, even for me, I was like, did not expect this from a Seether, like,
No,
single.
it's also very rare for bands or artists to do bass lines without anything else around it. Like, as a bass player over there,
Yeah. I mean, like, you mentioned No Jesus Christ, like that bass line is ominous, dirty, that little
unreal.
That little the little hammer on that is like fucking.
That's one of my favorite songs, dude. Like that song.
It's one of my uncle's. It's my uncle's favorite song too. It's so funny. You're the only two people I know that they're like, because not many people know that one.
Oh, dude, it's just it's buried in the album. It might be the 6th song on that one.
It is track 6.
Is it really? Man, I'm just hitting it today.
Yeah, I know you are. That one I won't even deny. I have I bought from Japan that record.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that one.
3 for you, brother.
That's an album that was super important to me. All right, we're down to our top 3 rock songs of the year. My number 3 is All My Life by Falling in Reverse featuring Jelly Roll.
I think of All My Life as a Foo Fighters song.
So you probably haven't heard this.
Well, I'm going to listen to it right now.
It is a country sounding tune.
Oh my God.
With a metal breakdown in it. And I think it is pretty fucking awesome. It's a fun party song.
Wait, Falling in Reverse with Jelly Roll?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I feel like I've heard this one. Jelly Roll's on like every single track possible now.
Yeah. It's been like him and Poppy's year.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know this song. This is a great, like, you're just drinking, partying song.
And that's why I made my number 3.
It makes no sense that this is Falling in Reverse, too. Like,
yeah, Ronnie Radke. Yeah.
It literally makes no sense.
The fact that there's a yeehaw in the breakdown. I like it. You got people square dancing during a great metal riff for that part. I'm not even like gung ho on Jelly Roll, but I think
I actually don't dislike him, man. Like dude, it's weird, right? Because I can't understand. I mean, decent song, very gay, but no offense if you are, because I know plenty of people and support everyone of all walks. But that just is like not. I don't know, man. It's just like, what even is that?
so Ronnie Radke labels that as a country metal song. Okay. I think that is a pure rock, Southern rock song. I love the hook. I like the message. All my life, I fuck up and I can't get by, and I do my best to keep it together. Fine. It's easy. This is one that's for partying. And I like it for basically those reasons only. It did very great commercially. I like to hear that type of fusion. Because again, when I think of rock and I'm thinking of the over repeated bullshit, I like that this one surprised me in 2024. So
it's
that's
definitely
really
different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different, I have to say.
Yeah.
So good for you. Not bad.
Not bad. We'll do some
number 3. Number 3 for Rusty over here, who's definitely drunk now. So let's go. I'm eating pretzels, something you should not do on a podcast, but my mic is on some sensitive mode, so I'm trying to do it away from it. So it doesn't sound like it.
You sound good. You sound good.
Thanks, brother. Glink by 7 Hours After Violet. This kind of feels like
metal track.
Yeah, it feels like a metal track.
Great song though.
I almost split the same artist across 2 lists. Like I almost did it.
I love it.
But I'm like, I don't think I can. So Glink just starts out like heavy and fast. But this is the one that reminds me of Gojira. Like it sounds like Gojira.